Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You're still watching The Breakfast Show, and Palestine secured a historic diplomatic victory at the 114th International Labour Conference in Geneva, overwhelmingly rejecting an Israeli-led attempt to revoke its status. Member states voted 394 to 17 in favor of upholding Palestine's participation rights and also its non-member observer status within the International Labour Organization, the ILO. The overwhelmingly vote, which easily surpassed the required majority and included 42 abstentions, defended the resolution previously granted to Palestine. And to talk more about this issue, we are very delighted to have with us here in the studio Dr. Ahmad Farrag. He is a political analyst and journalist. Thank you very much, Doctor, for joining us today.
You are welcome, ma'am.
Thank you, Doctor. Doctor, let's watch this report and come back and discuss the topic.
Okay, I'm waiting for that.
Let's watch.
The adoption of a resolution allowing Palestine to participate in the International Labour Organization by an overwhelming majority, with 394 votes in favor and 17 against during the 114th session of the International Labour Conference in Geneva. Minister of Labour Hassan Raddad, who shares the Arab Labour Organization and heads Egypt's tripartite delegation representing the government, employers and workers, attended the session announcing the voting results on the draft resolution concerning the state of Palestine's participation in ILO activities. The ministry said the vote reflected broad international support for Palestine's participation in the organization's work, in line with the rights and privileges previously granted it by the ILO. It added that the resolution's adoption underscored growing international backing for the legitimate rights of the Palestinian people within international organizations and multilateral forums. The announcement followed a conference vote that reaffirmed support for enabling Palestine to participate in the ILO in accordance with the rights and privileges already approved by the organization. During the conference's opening session, Raddad delivered a statement on behalf of the Arab group, comprising 22 ILO member states, calling for the resolution to be adopted by consensus. He said that the International Labour Conference had, during its previous session, approved a resolution on Palestine's legal status within the ILO and its participation rights, granting Palestine non-member observer state status and several rights and privileges related to participation in the organization's activities.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. You're still watching The Breakfast Show, and now we have the pleasure to host here Dr. Ahmad. Thank you very much, Doctor, for coming.
Welcome.
Doctor, tell us more about how important and significant the decision of the ILO is.
First of all, I would like to thank the teamwork of Nile TV for hosting me in this distinguished episode about the resolution of the International Labour Organization regarding the status of Palestine and this global institution. Actually, it is part of Egypt's efforts to mobilize international support for the Palestinian cause, and when we succeed to make this agency related to the UN to expand the status of Palestine. So it means there are lots of gains for not only the Palestinian workers, but also for the state of Palestine and for the global recognition of Palestine.
Yeah, of course.
That's it.
Of course, Doctor. Doctor, does the decision have a political dimension beyond the technical side?
Of course, because it means or it implies that the international community supports the legitimate rights of the Palestinian people, and it implies also that there are wider recognition of the rights of the Palestinian people, and also it would encourage other international organizations to do the same in terms of widening or expanding the representation of Palestine in its proceedings.
Yeah, and does the decision have a political dimension beyond the technical one, Doctor? And would you please shed more light on the rights and authorities the participation would give Palestine?
Before such a resolution, the status or the situation of Palestine inside the ILO was just a non-member observer.
Yeah.
But now Palestine can participate actively in the proceedings, can submit any recommended proposals, can engage in the relevant discussions about labor issues. However, Palestine will not be able to vote in the decisions of ILO.
Doctor, how do you assess the stance of the countries that opposed the vote?
As we know through the report just has been shown in the segment, there are 394 countries supported or agreed.
And 17.
And there are 17 actually that countries that opposed the decision.
Yeah.
So it implies that there are little political disagreements over the political front. However, the small number of the countries opposed the decision will not affect the gains achieved through the overwhelming majority that accepted or okayed the decision.
Yeah, and Dr. Ahmad, how would such decision affect the efforts of recognizing the Palestinian state?
As we know, recently the Palestinian cause gained more momentum over the global front, especially after the events of the 7th of October or the Gaza war. And as we may see, there are increasing number of countries started to reconsider recognizing the state of Palestine, and there are international organizations that would support the status of Palestine and accept them or give Palestine the full membership in their activities.
Yeah. Dr. Ahmed, we want to talk more about the Egyptian stance regarding the decision and the support to the Palestinian side.
As we have just mentioned, Egypt attempts to mobilize global efforts to get the rights of the Palestinian people and to make Palestine be represented in the global institutions, and it's part of the long-standing Egyptian situation regarding the Palestinian cause as a whole, because Egypt exploit any chance over the global front to defend the Palestinian cause and to maintain the legitimate rights of the Palestinian people, actually.
Doctor, how did the Israeli genocide war on Gaza affect the decision and those who voted in favor?
Well, of course, the Israeli side attempts to hinder or to, for example, to let many countries opposing the decision, but actually their endeavor has failed because Egypt mobilized efforts and convinced the countries that there are legitimate rights for the Palestinian people. And we should mention that the God-Egyptian political relations over the global front paved the way to such success in maintaining the rights of the Palestinian people.
Doctor, how does the decision represent a symbolic move or a real change in the status of the Palestinian people internationally?
Such move reflects the fact that the Palestinian cause achieves more gains over the global front due to the widening or increasing global acceptance of Palestine as a member in the global institutions and in the international organizations. And also it would enable the Palestinian workers to, for example, let their voice be heard in the international forums. And of course it would be, or it would represent greater gains for them.
Dr. Ahmed, how do you view the situation on the ground now between the two sides, Palestine and Israel, after the November peace treaty by American President Donald Trump? What are the latest developments?
Actually, as we may follow, Egypt attempts to settle the situation through holding Sharm el-Sheikh summit attended by the U.S. President Donald Trump. And actually the Israeli side didn't commit to the concluded agreements, and they didn't respect ceasefire, and they didn't allow the entrance of humanitarian aids to Gaza Strip. And as we know, nowadays the Israeli side turned its efforts, military exercise, to the Lebanese front. Actually, the status quo is still not stable, or there is instability due to the practices of the Israeli side in the region, actually.
Doctor, we want to talk more about the role played by the Egyptian diplomacy in supporting the Palestinian question on the international arena.
As we may follow, there was an international conference on labor held in Geneva under the umbrella of the International Labor Organization.
Yeah.
And the Arab group, including 22 countries, represented their delegation represented by Egypt, or the delegation headed by Egypt's labor minister Hassan al-Raddad. And actually the Egyptian delegation exerted greater efforts to mobilize efforts and to encourage the participants in the conference to vote in favor of widening the status of Palestine inside this international organization.
And what about the international efforts exerted by Egypt to support the Palestinian cause so far?
If we are following the statements of Egypt's foreign ministry or the visits, the foreign visits made by His Excellency Dr. Badr Abdelati, foreign minister, he always takes the chance to talk with his foreign counterparts to raise the questions of the Palestinian people rights and the situation in the Middle East and the Egyptian efforts in terms of guaranteeing the ceasefire and entering the humanitarian aid to the Gaza. Actually, Egypt does lots of efforts in favor of the Palestinian cause, and it exploits its good international relations with the global institutions and with the heads of states, also to gain more mobilization for the Palestinian cause, actually.
Yeah, of course. Dr. Ahmad Farrag, political analyst and journalist, thank you very much, Doctor, for coming today to Nile TV.
You are welcome, ma'am. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Doctor. Well, ladies